Assalamualaikum and good day to each and everyone, especially to you, Ma'am Rohaina Panegas. I am Rehana F. Unayan, the third reporter of the Group 4. So my topic is about regular income tax inclusion in gross income. And now, we will determine what is the regular income tax inclusion gross income. So based on my research and understanding, regular income tax inclusion in gross income ay nagpapaliwanag kung ano ang kasama sa gross income para sa taxation. So there are two types of taxpayer. Firstly, for taxpayers taxable only on Philippine income, only their items of gross income subject to regular tax from source within the Philippines are included in gross income. So, for taxpayers taxable only on Philippine, ang mga tao ay needs nila isama sa kanilang gross income ang mga kita na galing sa Pilipinas at involves or include ang ng regular na-include siya sa regular tax. Meaning to say, hindi kasama sa kita hindi kasama ang kita na galing sa ibang bansa. And secondly, for taxpayers taxable on global income, their items of gross income subject to regular tax from sources within and without the Philippines are included in gross income. So, meaning to say, ang mga taong ang mga tao, halimbawa, ako ay kinakailangan ko isama yung gross income ko or lahat ng kita ko mula sa Pilipinas man or sa ibang bansa na may sinasaklawan ng regular tax. And now, we will proceed the integrative illustration. KJ, leading a finance corporation, lends to various clients. So, papag-usapan natin yung mga interest. First is interest income from loans to Philippines residents is 400,000 pesos. Second is interest income from loans to non-residents clients is 500,000. Number 3 is interest income from bank deposit in the Philippines is 20,000. Interest income from bank deposit abroad is 10,000. So, as you can see, na mas mataas yung interest ng income from bank deposit dito sa Pilipinas compare sa interest ng bangko deposit sa abroad. So now let's proceed the required. Determine the total amount of gross income subject to final tax and the reportable amount of gross income subject to regular income tax assuming the taxpayer is A. So, aalamin natin kung magkano ang kabuuan ng kita na may final tax at kung magkano ang kailangan i-report sa regular income tax. So, okay. Tignan natin ang situation gamit ang ibinigay na data. So, meron tayong tatlong uri ng corporation which are non-foreign corporation, resident foreign corporation, and domestic foreign corporation. But before with that, I just want to explain with you kung ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng tatlo. So, non-resident foreign corporation ay isang corporation na incorporate sa ibang bansa. Ngunit wala itong permanent establishment dito sa Pilipinas, kaya tinawag natin siyang non-residents. So, halimbawa niya ay ang mga dayuhang company na nagpapautang ng pera sa company ng Pilipinas or nag-i-invest sa Pilipinas ng stock exchange. And while ang resident foreign corporation naman ay isang corporation na incorporates sa ibang bansa. However, meron naman silang permanent establishment dito sa Pilipinas. And the last one is domestic corporation. Ang domestic corporation naman ay isang corporation na incorporate at nag-ooperate sa ilalim ng mga batas ng Pilipinas. So, ito ay tinuturi na isang resident ng Pilipinas para sa layunin ng pag-provide ng tax. So, halimbawa nito ay ang mga company na nagbebenta, ang company ng Pilipinas na nagbebenta ng mga produkto or service sa loob ng bansa. So, let's proceed the solution. Solution: an analysis of the status of the above income is shown below. So here's the example solution of analyze the status of the above income. So meron tayong dalawang uri ng income, which are loan interest income at bank interest income. So nakahati pa ito siya sa within and without. So as you can see, si loan and interest income and bank interest income, nakaseparate si within and without. So sa within, ang formula na gagawin is ipa-plus or ipag-add natin yung dalawa. Like for example, tulad ng 400,000 pesos plus 20,000 pesos, ang total is 420,000 pesos. So, sa without naman is ganun din ang formula na gagawin. Ipa-plus lang natin ipag-add lang natin si 500,000 loan income and si 10,000 na bank income, interest income. So, ang total is 510 pesos. And next is the following are the amounts subject to final tax and the amounts to be reported in gross income subject to regular income tax. So, subject to. So, here's the final tax and yung amounts na maire-report sa gross income subject to regular income tax. So, here, non-resident foreign corporation na maire-report sa gross income sa final tax is 420,000. While sa regular tax naman sa non-resident foreign corporation is 0%. And the second is non-resident foreign corporation, ang magiging final tax niya is 20,000. So, kapag sa regular tax is magiging 400,000. And sa domestic corporation naman, ang final tax niya is 20,000. While sa regular tax naman is 910,000. So, yun yung subject to final tax to reported in gross income subject to regular income tax. So, that's all.